imagine a group of numbers. These could be measurements, sizes, speeds, scores. For now, let's use the heights of 100 7-year-old children. Here's a number line. For heights, we can think of it as a ruler. Taller heights are up, shorter heights down, and we'll show each child's height as a line. Some children are tall, some are short, but most are closer to the middle. That is how numbers usually work. Many near the middle, fewer near the extremes. The middle, which we'll draw in red, falls below half of the numbers and above the other half. It is also called a median, but here we'll just call it the middle. When presented with a middle number, we can imagine the rest, which might be tightly clustered around the middle, or might be more spread out. When presented with numbers, but no middle, we can estimate the middle. Let's compare 100 7-year-old heights to 100 8-year-old heights. Clearly, many of the 8-year-olds are taller than many of the 7-year-olds, but there are exceptions. For a sense of how common these exceptions are, we'll ask how many 8-year-olds are shorter than the middle 7-year-old. Where's the middle 7-year-old? Take a look. He or she is about there. How many 8-year-olds are shorter than that? We could count, but let's not. Let's just estimate. I see roughly 15. Out of 100 8-year-olds, roughly 15 or 15% are shorter than the middle 7-year-old. And that is what we'll be asking you to do. Estimate the percentage of one group of numbers that fall below or above the middle of another group. Sometimes we'll give you just middle numbers and ask you to imagine the rest. Other times we'll give you numbers without the middle and ask you to estimate the middle. We'll show you various types of graphs, like these, for example. Always your task is the same. Estimate the percentage of one group of numbers that fall above or below the middle of another group. Let's try a couple more, just for practice. Let's compare heights of 100 7-year-old children to heights of 100 1-year-old elephants. Surprise! Turns out that baby 1-year-old elephants and 7-year-old humans are almost precisely the same height. So about 50% of 1-year-old elephants are taller than, and 50% are shorter than, the middle 7-year-old child. But what about 7-year-old elephants? 100% are taller than the middle 7-year-old child. And that is what we'll be asking you to do. You may now proceed.